Sylvia, just because you changed your WhatsApp ID doesn't mean that I won't be able to find you, you know. Sylvia, answer my calls. Hurry up, there's something really important I need to tell you.
Huh? Who is this? I don't remember exchanging contact information with anyone recently.
Huh? You don't even recognize your ex-wife you used to love? You're a failure of a man, Sylvia.
My ex-wife? Is this Sarah?
Yes, I got your WhatsApp ID from a mutual acquaintance of ours. Seriously, I had to give you a hint before you found out who I was? That's a bit too rude, Sylvia. It's like we didn't spend 4 years loving each other.
But it's already been 8 years since we got divorced. I think it's only natural that I don't recognize you by text. Unless you tell me who you are first. Speaking of which, you really shouldn't start off your conversations with people like that. At least introduce yourself first, you know?
What? I'm not here for you to give me a lesson on manners. I'm here because there's something important I need to tell you. Hold on. All your gibberish made me forget what it was.
Alright, tell me when you remember what it is then. But still, to think that you'd contact me on my new WhatsApp account after all these years. Just what is it that you want with me? I can already tell that you're up to something.
Huh? You're the one who's going to talk to me like that? Like I'm the bad guy here? You don't have the right, because you're the one who's being very mean to me right now.
Huh? We haven't met even once since we got divorced. What do you mean I'm being mean to you?
Stop trying to act like you don't know. You know very well what you did to me.
Look, I honestly have no idea what you're talking about right now, Sarah. Just tell me what exactly it is that I did to you that was so mean.
I heard that you were getting married again. Don't try to act all innocent on me.
It's been 8 years. It's only natural that I'd find someone else I'd want to marry in that time.
What even is that? Then what was the alimony I paid you for? This wasn't part of the deal, you know.
What? What in the world are you even talking about, Sarah? The alimony? What does the alimony you paid me have anything to do with me getting married again?
If you've got another woman, then it means that you were just like me at the end of the day, right? Then it doesn't make sense that I'm the only one who paid an alimony. Why was it just me? I didn't know you were going to marry another woman when I paid you that money. I thought that the money was to make sure that I was the only woman you loved until the day you died.
It's not exactly how alimonies work. Besides, could you please not make this sound like I cheated on you? That's what you did to me 8 years ago, and this is completely unrelated, because the person I'm going to marry soon is someone I started going out with after we got divorced. Unlike what you did to me, this isn't cheating. Don't put me on the same level as you, because I would never do something despicable like that.
You're not doing anything despicable? And how exactly did you come to that conclusion? But you're doing something despicable right now as we speak.
Huh? I don't see how you can consider what I'm doing on the same level as what you did to me 8 years ago. There's no rule saying that you have to love your ex-wife forever if she pays you an alimony. What even is that anyways? It makes no sense whatsoever.
I'll explain it to you. You used to be married to me in the past, which that means you have a duty to love me for the rest of your life, right? Of course, I'm not going to be so unfair as to say that you only have to love me, and not the other way around, because I love you as well.
What? You love me, but you started going out with another man while you were still married to me. Don't just pretend that what you did 8 years ago never happened.
I told you over and over and over that the only one I love is you. But you're the only one who didn't believe what I told you and stole my money, divorcing me in the process. I told you already that that man was just a friend of mine, didn't I? But you kept insisting that I was cheating on you.
What do you mean I stole your money? All I did was exercise my legal right as a husband who was cheated on. And the court found that I had the right to make you pay me alimony.
Stop making it sound so complicated. This is how you confused me and stole 30,000 euros from me 8 years ago. But I'm not going to fall for that again. I'm going to make you do what I say this time.
Look, what in the world are you talking about? You keep talking, but you haven't even said what you wanted with me yet.
Give me back the 30,000 euros I gave you 8 years ago.
Huh?
You had the opportunity to get back together with me after we got divorced, but you decided to betray me and are now trying to get married with another woman, which means that you have to give me back that alimony I paid you. If you do that, I'll forget about how you were trying to marry another woman, and I'll let you marry me again instead.
What in the world are you talking about?
Huh? What do you mean, what am I talking about? Isn't it completely obvious what I'm telling you right now?
Everything between you and me finished 8 years ago. Once we got divorced that day, we became strangers that would go on different paths in life. It's none of your business who I met after that and who I'm going to marry as well. I don't know what you think, but at least that's how the majority of people view things when it comes to divorces.
I don't care what the majority of people in society or whatever thinks. And that's not even what I'm talking about. I'm trying to say that I don't understand what kind of thought process you might have trying to marry another woman when you're still in love with me. Which is why I want you to give me back that alimony I paid you 8 years ago.
I'm sorry, who said that I still loved you? All my feelings for you completely evaporated when I found out that you were cheating on me 8 years ago. That's why we got divorced. Can't you understand even that?
You're lying right now, right, Sylvia? Of course you still love me because I still love you.
No, I'm not lying. And I'm sorry to tell you this, but that's not how love works. To be honest, I'd almost completely forgotten about you. Until you suddenly just texted me out of nowhere like this. It's a shame, because I was almost about to completely forget about the disgusting memories I have of 8 years ago. I want to find happiness with my current fiancé.
No, you can find happiness with me. Seriously, why get married with another woman when I'm available?
You're a nuisance, Sarah. Don't contact me again.
What? You're joking, right? Fine, you don't have to marry me anymore. Just give me back the 30,000 euros. Sylvia, answer my calls. Sylvia! Hi, Sylvia. I found out the date your wedding ceremony was going to take place. That being said, I'm going to be your bride for today. You see, I even prepared a wedding dress. I'll forgive those insults you gave me the last time we talked, because I know you didn't really mean it. Of course, on the condition that you choose me as your bride. If you want me to forgive you for insulting me, then you have to marry me again. Give me an answer once I enter the chapel, alright? I mean, it's not like I need to ask, because of course you're going to choose me, right? Sylvia! Just what in the world is the meaning of this? Did you trick me or something?
Jesus, how many texts did you send me? Hold on, what do you mean I tricked you?
Huh? Tell me, but did you seriously not read the texts I sent you at noon?
I didn't see them. I was on an international flight when you sent me those texts. And I only got off the plane now.
Huh? An international flight?
We're gonna have our wedding abroad, so I got on a plane from Haneda Airport.
You're having the wedding abroad?
I'm looking at these texts you sent me right now, but seriously, what in the world are you doing?
What do you mean, what am I doing?
Our wedding is just about to start now. It's not even in the country, so...
Huh? What are you talking about? The wedding ceremony is going to be today, right? I heard that you were going to have the wedding at YT Hotel.
Well, yeah. We're gonna have our wedding at YT Hotel, but...
So I was right.
Which YT Hotel did you go to?
Of course, the one in Tokyo. Why?
Could it be the case that you didn't know that YT Hotel is an international chain with hotels around the world?
Huh?
The wedding ceremony we're going to be having is going to take place at a YT Hotel abroad. If I give you any hints, I get the feeling you'll come all the way here, so I won't tell you the country we're in, though.
What?
Don't tell me, but did those crazy texts you sent me earlier mean you barged into another person's wedding ceremony at the YT Hotel in Tokyo?
So does that mean that I barged into someone completely unrelated's wedding?
That's what I'm asking you right now. But judging by the text you sent me, it looks like you did. That's not our wedding venue, Sarah.
You've got to be kidding me. Sylvia, give me back that 30,000 euros you stole from me. Hurry up, I need it now.
Seriously, they're still talking about that.
I mean, it's so unfair. Why did I have to pay you an alimony when you don't have to?
You see, I contacted some of our mutual acquaintances for the first time in a long time, but I heard that after you got divorced with me, you messed up again, and your parents finally cut ties with you. Isn't that true?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I heard you tried to seduce your boss who had a wife and children, and then his wife found out. Now she's making you pay her an alimony of 30,000 euros.
Why did they have to tell you that? Who told you that anyways?
I'm not telling you. Apparently your parents paid the 30,000 euros I asked from you when we got divorced for you, on the condition that you would never do something like that again. You broke your promise and committed adultery. Again, didn't you? That's when your parents cut ties with you and left you to deal with this new alimony on your own. Then you suddenly remembered that I existed.
Yeah, if I got married with you again, I thought that I would be able to pay off this new alimony with that 30,000 euros I gave you 8 years ago. To think that I went through all that effort to find out where you were because I thought that I could rely on you. But suddenly, I heard that you were going to get married again. Do you even understand how much that hurt me when I heard that?
First of all, that wasn't your money that you gave me, it was your parents'. So you have doubly no right to ask for that money back. And second of all, everything between me and you already finished 8 years ago. If I'm going to be kind here, I can kind of understand why you'd feel interested in what was happening to me. After all these years, even though it is a bit annoying for me. But wouldn't someone usually give up when they hear that their ex-husband had plans of getting remarried? You, on the other hand, have made a huge commotion.
Yeah, but the fact that you're trying to marry another woman even though you still have feelings for me, that's cheating no matter how you look at it.
I already told you before, right? All my feelings for you completely evaporated when I found out that you were cheating on me. I told you this, but you ignored me and are now making a huge mess. Even involving people that are completely unrelated to the two of us. Seriously, just what in the world is going on in that mind of yours? What's your objective even?
But I already told you that. I want you to give me back the 30,000 euros you stole from me and get married with me instead.
You had to pay that alimony I asked of you when we got divorced because you betrayed me, your husband. by going out with another man. This is 100% not happening. But even if we were to get back together, me giving you back that money doesn't even make sense.
Huh?
Oh, and this is very important. We already turned in the marriage papers.
Of course. You wrote my name as your wife's name, right?
You've been listening to a word I said.
You didn't?
Of course I didn't. What part of what I said to you just now made you think that I wanted to get back together with you? Seriously, I'm not even joking right now. I think there's something seriously wrong with your head. You should probably visit a psychoanalyst or something, because that's not how a normal person would think.
But at this rate, it's not going to be just 30,000 euros that I have to pay. The wedding ceremony of these strangers I ruined by accident. They're making me pay for all the wedding expenses. Not only that, but when they were trying to catch me at the wedding venue, I resisted. I made a mistake and ripped apart the wedding dress I borrowed. They're telling me I have to pay for that as well. Oh, and the equipment I broke at the wedding venue. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is that I need a lot of money right now. Which is why I want you to give me back that 30,000 euros you stole from me. And I want you to get back together with me and share some of this burden. Don't you pity me even a bit?
That all you had to say?
Huh?
All of what you've been saying up until now has been selfish and arrogant. Not only that, but it seems like you're delusional on a dangerous level as well. You think you can get whatever you want if you just cry loud enough, right? No, I don't pity you, Sarah. On the contrary, you make me sick. I didn't like you ever since I found out you cheated on me. But now I think I don't like you even more, if that's even possible.
What?
Sorry, but I think I'm gonna go relax with my wife in our hotel room now. I don't want you bothering us any more than you already have, so I'm gonna block you.
Fine. Then at least give me 30,000 euros. I'll forget about you cheating on me if you do that. Come on, Sylvia. Don't you see that I'm trying to come to a compromise with you right now? It's just 30,000 euros. Are you even reading these texts? Sylvia, did you actually just block me? But...
Me and my wife got married abroad just as we planned, and went home after that, but it seems that my ex-wife Sarah was having a pretty rough time while we were doing this. She tried to run away and not pay the money she was being asked for, and fled to a house for relatives, but her relatives already knew what was happening to her, so now she's just surrounded and had nowhere to escape. Since she was deemed untrustworthy and would 100% attempt another escape, her parents had to come and get her against her will. It didn't change the fact that they had cut ties with her. And of course they weren't going to pay the money she had to pay in her stead, but they did send her to live in a temple in the mountains. This had 3 meanings. First, she was sent there so that someone would keep watch over her far away from society, so that she wouldn't cause anyone any more trouble. Second, she was sent there to make sure that she wouldn't be able to escape before she paid off the money she owed. And third, she was sent there in hopes that she might one day change and become a better person. During the afternoon, she works at a factory near the foot of the mountains. During the days and nights, she was forced to undergo strict training with the other monks at the temple. Apparently, it's been decided that she would spend at least the next 20 years of her life there. I only hope that she becomes at least sane enough as to not harm other people once she leaves.
Hi, Sylvia. You asked me recently whether I wanted to marry you or not, right? You said you wanted to get married soon and that you would be the one proposing, but you wanted my answer as soon as possible. Why do you want to get married in the first place?
Yep, I did say that, Lionel. I want to get married soon because I'm going to turn 30 in just a half a month now, after all. I want children as well, if possible, and considering my age, I thought that we should make the decision around now.
You want children, huh? Yeah, I think I don't want to marry you after all.
What? Why not? Do you not want children or something?
To tell you the truth, I want to have a bit more fun while I'm young. Getting married and having children is such a hassle, you know? We won't have much money to spend on our own amusement if we have children, and we'll have to take the time to take care of them.
A hassle? I know raising children is a lot of work, but you're going to give up being a parent just because it's a hassle?
Yeah, I think I am. Besides, there's no need to sound so down. The difference between a married couple and an unmarried couple is just whether they turned in some piece of paper to the city hall or not. Even children, you can still give birth when in your 40s, right? If you think about it like that, we can have fun for 10 more years. Why go through the trouble now when we don't have to?
So you're telling me to give birth once I'm in my 40s?
I mean, you said yourself that you wanted to have children, right? So it shouldn't be a problem for you, right?
Yeah, but I want you to think about the risks of giving birth to children in your 40s. That's why I'm talking to you about this right now. We can't put this off any longer than we already have, Lionel.
What's the matter with you, Sylvia? You sound a lot more anxious than usual. Well, if you really mean what you're saying, then I guess we have no choice but to break up.
Huh? Break up? After we've been going out for the past 10 years?
Yeah, I'm not interested in this marriage and children stuff. If you don't want to break up, then I want things to stay the same.
I understand. That's fine then.
Yep, let's just keep things the way they are and not worry about marriage and stuff. I'm glad you finally get the point.
No, I meant that it's fine if we break up.
What? But we've been going out for 10 years. Can't just break up now. Oh, I know. You're bluffing right now too to get what you want, right? Well, it's not gonna work.
I wonder what these past 10 years I spent with you were. Now that I think about it, all we did was kill time together. I honestly don't understand anymore. Goodbye, Lionel.
What? Sylvia? Did you just get mad or something? Just contact me when you're in a better mood, okay? Hey, Sylvia. It's been 5 years, right? I'm finally ready to get married, so I decided to contact you again. I think I'm going to accept that offer of yours now. Anyways, you moved sometime after we broke up, right? Just because you got mad at me and were in a bad mood doesn't mean you can just keep your new address a secret from your boyfriend. I thought you were still living in that old apartment of yours, you see. I wore a suit and bought some roses and a wedding ring because I intended to propose to you. To think that I was so nervous when I rang the doorbell, but when the door opened, a completely different person greeted me. It was so awkward. So, where are you living now? I've got a surprise for you as well, so I want to tell you it, so I want you to tell it to me by tomorrow. Hey, anyone there? Don't tell me that you're still mad about that fight we had over 5 years ago, are you? I didn't take you for the kind of person to hold a grudge. Jesus, I better make sure not to make you mad once we get married. What's your new address, Sylvia? Just tell me when you see these texts, I guess.
What the fuck? Is that you, Lionel? Shit, I must have forgotten to block you. What is it that you want?
Oh, so you finally saw the messages I sent you. What do you mean by you forgot to block me? Why in the world would you ever do that? I'm your boyfriend. But we've got more important matters. Seriously, what in the world are you doing? Jesus. If you don't hurry up and tell me your new address, the surprise I have planned for you tomorrow will be ruined. Hurry up and tell me your new address. It won't do if I don't know how long it will take you to get to the venue, right?
I'm not going to tell you my new address. And what do you mean by a surprise?
I told you by text yesterday, didn't I? I'm finally ready to marry you, so I have a surprise prepared.
I don't know what you plan on doing, but I don't want your surprise. I have no intention of marrying you anyways, let alone of meeting you again.
Huh? Are you seriously still mad at me? Jeez. Will you just let it go already? You're the one who said you wanted to get married, right? What's with the sudden change of heart? And to think that I was finally ready to get married.
I said I don't have any intention of marrying you anymore. Besides, didn't we break up 5 years ago? Did you seriously think that I haven't moved on by now?
Huh? What do you mean you moved on? Oh, I get it. You're still mad about the fight we had 5 years ago. Seriously, Sylvia, just let it go already.
That's not the point. Yes, I was mad at the time, but that was 5 years ago and I've already moved on. It's not that I'm mad, it's just that you're not a part of my life anymore, Lionel. Why'd you even think of contacting me in the first place?
Fine. Then why don't we just get back together and get married then if we broke up and you've moved on, as you say?
What? Do you seriously not get what I'm trying to say? I have zero intention of getting back together with you, Lionel. Stop texting me.
It's no use trying to lie to me, Sylvia. I see right through you. I mean, we did go out for 10 years. I know you still like me after all this time. It's so obvious that you're still into me. I'll accept the proposal you made to me 5 years ago. So just come to the wedding venue tomorrow, alright?
The wedding venue? Huh? Did you seriously reserve a wedding venue or something?
Of course I did.
But aren't weddings supposed to be planned out by the couple first? I think there are a lot of things that can't be decided without the bride there. What did you do about the wedding preparation?
Oh yeah, you're right. They told me the bride needed to be there to plan the wedding with me. Which is why I had your sister cooperate inside for you.
My sister?
Yep. She's about the same age as you and looks like you too, so I had her pretend to be the bride and come with me for the wedding preparation.
What? You know that I cut ties with my sister when I was 28, right? She caused so much trouble that even our parents cut ties with her. I told you that she was crazy, Lionel, but you still decided to approach her. Who knows what she's planning? If I were you, I'd just cancel the wedding and have nothing to do with my sister anymore.
Oh, come on, Sylvia, you're exaggerating. Your sister's a perfectly normal person. I don't know why you ever cut ties with someone so sweet. Besides, there's no need to worry about the details. The planning's already done, and all you have to do now is come to the wedding. The wedding venue for tomorrow is called H Wedding, and is in K City. They said they need the bride to be there by 8 a.m., so don't be late, alright?
What in the world make you think that I'd actually go? Have you seriously not been reading my texts?
There's no need to be shy. You've known each other for so long. I know that when you're like this, you actually mean the opposite.
Sorry, but I have a date with my husband tomorrow, so I can't come.
What? Your husband? Oh, you mean me? You're right, I was intending to turn in our marriage papers tomorrow. But what do you mean you can't come to our wedding because you have a date with me? We can't just postpone the wedding and go on a date if that's what you meant, Sylvia.
No, that isn't what I meant. And by my husband, I don't mean you, Lionel. You see, I already got married with another man 3 years ago. I even have children now.
Huh?
Now that you know all this, I guess I'll tell you the rest, since you'll find out sooner or later anyways. My husband is your second cousin, Manuel.
What? Manuel? But he's 5 years younger than you. I knew you were that kind of woman, but still.
That's right, judge me if you want, but I don't care. By the way, I started going out with Manuel not knowing that he was your second cousin. I only found out that he was your second cousin at our wedding, because amongst his relatives at the wedding was your cousin, which I had met before.
What? Why did you not tell me about this?
Because we had already broken up and didn't feel the need. Still, I was so surprised when I saw your cousin there. After a bit of investigation, I found out that your cousin had already cut ties with you since you tried to interfere in some of their inheritance business when you had no right to do so. I heard that both you and your parents were shunned by the rest of your relatives. Is that true?
That has nothing to do with our marriage. We'll talk about it afterwards if you want.
Tell me, does this mean that you have a debt or something?
Just a tiny one, maybe?
My father is the CEO of a company. You might have been planning to marry me so that you could get the position of the next CEO of my father's company, getting rid of your debt in the process. But it's not going to work.
How did you know that?
I mean, thinking only about how you yourself could benefit from a situation is your specialty, isn't it?
So that's what you thought of me all along?
Yup. I don't know why I didn't break up with you sooner. But isn't that also why you refused to marry me 5 years ago? You didn't want to get married and have children because it would be a hassle for you, right? You wouldn't be able to spend as much money on your own entertainment if you had children to take care of, after all.
That's unrelated. What matters is that I'm finally ready to marry you.
Yeah, but I'm not. Anyways, I got off topic. Like I said earlier, I already have a husband and children. Oh, and about my father's company, the next CEO was already decided 2 years ago, and he's someone completely unrelated to me.
What did you say? So I'm not going to become a CEO even if I marry you?
Yes, although you're not going to marry me in the first place. Well, that's all I have to say. You understand now that you won't benefit from marrying me anymore. I think that's enough to make you give up, right?
Seriously? What am I going to do about tomorrow's wedding then? I had a really extravagant wedding plan since I thought that your family would be able to pay for it in the future.
Each wedding at K-City, right? I heard that wedding ceremonies there are really expensive.
Lend me some money, will you? This wedding was supposed to be yours in the first place. This is partly your fault, so at least pay for half of the cancellation fee.
No, I'm not going to lend you money, and I'm not going to pay for the cancellation fees.
Come on, don't be so stingy. At least think about it a little longer. Seriously? What am I supposed to do now? Sylvia, help me. What should I do? I was forced to marry your sister. Was she planning this all this time? You're right, she really is crazy.
Huh? So that's what she was up to. I told you that you would regret having anything to do with my sister, didn't I?
I was surrounded by a bunch of tough-looking guys and forced to come to the wedding. And then they forced me to say the wedding vow with your sister at the chapel. The wedding papers I had prepared for you and me as well. They made me sign it with your sister's name as the wife's name. I admit it, you were right, so please help me.
Hold on. By the surprise you had planned for me, were you planning on getting me and my sister to make up or something? Did you seriously think that that was going to make me happy?
I mean, who wouldn't want to make up with their long-lost sister?
She's insane, Lionel. Although, I guess you know that by now. You asked her to pretend to be me during the wedding preparations, right? I had the feeling that you would tell her to come on the wedding day as well.
Oh, yeah. I was intending on that.
I see. So that means my sister was planning on marrying you from the start. No one's going to deny it now, since you had her pretend to be your wife after all.
Huh? But surely they'll believe me if I tell them what really happened, right?
I think that's going to cause you a whole host of other problems. Anyways, it looks like you haven't noticed until now, but apparently you're exactly the kind of guy my sister wants. Even when we were together, she would always annoy me by saying, "Give me your boyfriend." It honestly pissed me off really bad.
Huh? She said that to you? Why did you never tell me about this?
I don't know. I guess it was embarrassing. Now that I think about it, I think that the reason I stayed with you for 10 years was because I unconsciously didn't want my sister to have you, and not because I liked you or anything. Yep, I was pretty foolish back then.
What are you talking about? I don't get anything you've been saying, Sylvia. You mean that you only stayed with me for 10 years to spite your sister? Fine, just help me then, will you? I have no intention of marrying your sister.
Stop asking me for a solution to this mess, alright?
I wonder if the only solution is to do something about those tough-looking guys following your sister around.
I don't know.
Wait, who are those people in the first place?
I said I don't know. Why are you asking me?
Hold on. Don't tell me they're part of some gang.
Hey, could you please stop asking me? I really don't know, and I don't want to accidentally say anything strange that might get me involved in this mess.
What? So you're just going to leave me? Don't you feel the least bit responsible for this?
I don't.
Uh,
I mean, it's my ex-boyfriend and my sister who I cut ties with, so there's no way I'm going to get involved with that. The only reason I'm replying to your text right now is because we think that this is an irregular situation. Your second cousin and my husband, Emmanuel, are reading these texts and only replying because we have to.
huh? Manuel's there with you?
Yeah, he is. There's something he wants to tell you as well.
What the hell does he want with me?
We cut ties with you and your family because all you three cared about was money. I don't want anyone like that bothering my wife, he says.
But, I really need you to help me right now. I don't really want to get married.
I see. Bye.
Huh? But Sylvia!
After that conversation, I blocked Lionel, confused as to whether he wanted to get married or not. The only reason he was able to text me in the first place was because I forgot to block him all those years ago. I heard about what happened after that from a friend who knew what happened, but it seems like Lionel and my sister haven't broken up and are now living together. Apparently, my sister is pregnant with Lionel's baby, and won't let him leave her because she wants Lionel to take responsibility for the baby. To be honest, I wanted to make a joke and tell him something about how he's been making my sister pretend to be me for too long, but I restrained myself. My sister, on the other hand, who was finally able to marry the man of her dreams, hasn't noticed that her new husband was in a huge amount of debt, it seems. I wonder for just how long this happiness of theirs will last. Actually, I guess they were never really happy in the first place.